showing consistent improvement, and that is just wonderful. You'd love to see things like that, especially when you get to this part of the year, a chance, playoffs right around the corner, champs as well. This is the time where you want to be in full form.
And so I'll ask, we're getting to the time where we see everybody in the full form. In a couple days, you asked for me my top 4 teams.
Yep.
But I want to know yours. So obviously it's what? Optic, Hunter, Thieves, and E-United are going to be in just about everybody's. I'm assuming you're the same.
Yep.
But who's that 4th team?
So Envy is a squad which I think we have to give love to, right?
Absolutely.
They've shown
top 4.
Yeah, exactly. So they've shown a lot of improvement. But here's the curveball. I think Faze could be in there.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I really think they could be in there, man. It sounds ridiculous to say, and I understand that. And I understand it's a little bit of a bold kind of statement. But they are that good. And they've shown us that they can compete against really, really talented teams. So for me, I'll give Envy the benefit of the doubt for now, right? Because they just had that.
And they might get better.
And they might get better themselves. And I feel that that's the respectful thing to do. But Faze is right there.
I mean, and the only teams Faze has lost to, at least since this roster is formed, Optic twice. Granted, the first time they played, they got 3-0. Then the next time was a Game 5. And you're like, okay, maybe a little bit better. Then they lost to E-United, who got 2nd. Yep. So they're only losing to those top teams, and then LG. But, if there was any confusion about who the better team actually is, I think we decisively know that at least at this point in time, Faze has the edge. So they've been great. They have taken every single test they've been given, and they've been going above and beyond.
And let's not forget, they also beat LG as well after losing. So,
sure.
Yeah, this is a very, very good squad. Just to obviously talk a little bit about EG as the first couple of hills still going through. This is a team which have shown us massive improvement as well. We've been very, very impressed. When you look at their game against Optic Gaming yesterday, fundamentally sound, right? Very, very good. It just comes down to a couple of small mistakes. Revan talked a little bit about it yesterday to Jess before their series, and that was kind of what cost them a little bit. But here, so far, it is all Faze Clan, a big lead starting to develop.
Well, you talk about mistakes. The only mistake, well, the main one you don't want to make on this map is when you early rotate to 3rd. Well, you want to keep the back spawns, and, well, you can see for EG, no one's there. Zero just had a free trip around the left side of the map. EG not aware, but they've cleared out everything else. Zero in the back is going to have at least one player to deal with early on. Stun's going to help them out, take them down, so they don't need the back spawns early because they go and get the job done. That is efficient work from EG. And again, time on board. They got a couple KNs looking players down. Faze, they know. They got to back away a seam, spawned all the way out. So they got to take their time to force the back.
I will say the one big worry I do have with the Faze squad is how the younger players are going to react, especially at a place like Anaheim. If you have to go up against one of the big boys, you're up to gaming and whatnot. For me, when we saw that matchup in London and the crowd so heavily behind up to gaming, Celium didn't excel. Here in the Pro League, he's been wonderful, fantastic. That is one area of growth they desperately need, and that's why I think you have to look at players like, your Scrapses, your Zeros, and your Zumas. More specifically, Zuma, because he's been a part of that rivalry for so long throughout his career. He knows how to handle it. He has to coach the younger talent on the team.
Yeah, and I mean, I think the short answer to kind of discuss that is, again, the first time they played Optic 3-0, the next time Game 5. So improvements definitely look like they were there, but you're exactly right. The Anaheim crowd, any crowd, it's just a different situation, and it's a little bit tougher to get that kind of experience. So that'll be something to keep in the back of your mind months to come. Either way, in this game, Faze has made the rotation over towards barrels. They haven't quite pushed out the front too far, but they have guns up and ready to go. So EG, well, they're going to have to try to force it through because they got one player deep flanking, but it'll be another 10 seconds maybe before they can even get inside to contest, and that's assuming they get these kills.
Scraps also working a little bit towards some streaks. Has a teammate there ready to bait. Scraps will fly in for the switch. There's the first. Can he find the second? EKA is enough. 185 all he needs. Make that 135. Extra points for being inside the hill. Now earned his War Machine. Just 10 more. That's unfortunate for him. The late challenge comes through from EG. An important kill to find.
As a very calculated break from Evil Geniuses. They took a lot of time to go for this setup, and it did come down to a 1v1 effectively at the end, but they get the scrap time. So first set of rotations is done. EG a little bit behind, about 40 points, but keep in mind the slaying department not going their way. So you imagine one big play, someone kicks it up just a notch, they'll be good to go, but Scraps is trying to do the exact same thing. War Machine, well, keeps a couple players at bay, does a little bit of damage, but isn't good enough for the break early on. It's gonna come down to the gunfights, and you can just see all the trades back and forth. Honestly, I have no idea who has the edge. It's 50-50.
Yeah, I think Scraps did a good job of just managing to find 2 before he fell, and gives his teammates the numerical advantage. But to your point, it's still contested down there. It's still EG with a presence holding on, and they will hold. For how long? Apathy now. Is it Zero's thinking about sliding in. An easy win for him. The rotation comes through. EG ready and waiting. Faze spawning out. But you have to start winning these gunfights. These are the crucial ones.
First one's there. You got a team kill, though, for EG. The nade's going to connect, at least force players to back down. So the back spawn's way of EG. That hill control all the way of Faze. So the question is for Faze, well, can they hold it from the front? You got the Tempest if you want it, but you got the nice little cheeky spot. But you got 2 players trying to come in the back, 2 players waiting in church, and EG taking their time for the setup to try to get the timing right, and we'll see if the kills go their way. So far, so good, but now you got to get care of Scraps, and well, he finds 2. The cleanup crew is good. In Faze, well, they hold it from the front.
Scraps currently 17-7. He's been great all year, and he seems, again, to be finding great form. It's actually a team that's struggling pretty heavily here, 3-12, but the European duo, both with 17 kills. Zero finds his 18th. Seem more than happy to sit in that backpack for now, at least. We'll see if he's able to turn things around in the rest of this rotation. A little bit of assistance would be great. I'm curious to see, you know, how many EKAs he's at is damaged, to see if it is just maybe a poor game, a poor start, or potentially, yeah, it's what, 1-7? Yeah, pretty poor game so far.
Well, I mean, 12-13 though, so from his perspective, he's not doing great, but he is doing his job. So obviously you want to say if he picks it up, Faze will blow out the lead, but I don't think that's the case. I think they've just been getting good holds from the front. When they're in good positions, they make it work, and I think Asim has done his job as well as Celium, because he's the man picking up 2 inside the hill. But Faze, they get the hold from the front on the last hill, they win the rotation and next, and this is the rotation that just wins you C-side. This is the rotation that if you get down packed, you're gonna be good to go. You see number 5 backs up out of the hill just to make sure his teammates get the back spawn. As soon as they're there, takes a couple steps forward, gets back in the hill, gets that control. You got a 50-point plus lead. And honestly, for EG, I don't even know if they're really going to be able to contest even these final 25 seconds. I don't know if they're going to be chopped any of this time off the board. JCap's going to give it a shot. He gets taken down, and that's pretty much decides it. There's no hope of getting a lot of time.
Celium, Scraps, 0. All about the 20-kill mark or thereabouts. It's, must be an interesting dynamic now for Zoomer on this squad. Not necessarily needs to be the massive slayer. Doesn't have to be the playmaker. Just kind of filling in. More of a role player, if nothing else. Is Apathy does have a slam available, but jiggles to the right, jiggles to the left. Asim will take care of him, and Faze still trying to put pressure onto this rotation. If they win this chance, for me, this is game over.
Yeah, Asim's out there throwing some mean shoulders. The Tempest is out, though. Exotic finds 2, and Phantoms is in the feed as well. You got EG, the nice little hold so far. Apathy on the flank, cuts one off, and this is going to be a decent amount of time going the way of EG, because Faze, well, they got 2 players working the flank, but they are far away from making it happen. And honestly, if you even try to come through this door, Apathy, he's definitely thinking about it. This is not a bad time to use it all. It guarantees those final 20 seconds, but might not need to pull the trigger because the kill feed, nothing but EG. 4 clean down. You get those final 16 seconds right back in this game. You're, well, just about getting tied up.
Beautiful, and that's EG through and through. Resilient in their hard points. Again, always keeping things close, and can they now try and take the lead? They're going to be down just shy of 10 points as we go into our final rotation. In flies Exotic. He gets shut down. Cap there for the trades, though, and he's played his life, just not long enough. App still with the grab slam. Bear that in mind. That could be the key moment to maybe blow out the rest of this game as EG take the lead.
Celium takes its all off the map. You got players burning alive. How do you get through? Scraps is trying to find a way, but everyone's gonna get cooked. Phantoms has the streaks. EG with their first lead in a very long time. And you gotta imagine they can even afford to lose some rotations. They got the Lightning, they got the Hellstorm, the Specialist coming in a full impact. And as you pointed out, Apathy still sitting on the grab. If things even get interesting, finally Phantoms gets taken down, but Exotic's still inside the hill. This is just another massive point swing on C-side.
That was such a big hold, and again, those streaks are going to be crucial. Now the kills in transition, once Faze cannot afford to lose. Keep your eye on the minimap, the spawns coming through, and that's a horrible one for 0. He spawns way out. Faze have the advantage of the hill for now, and actually Cap kills 0 there, and we'll see where he spawns, still relatively close. Asim trades it out, but I don't necessarily know that was a kill you even want, because now Cap spawns at the back of the map. EG in a prime position to put some pressure on the hill.
Oh, when all things are equal, they get to the hill about the same time. But Faze held it from the front last time, and honestly, if they do it again, they'll be in a solid spot. So Phantoms, well, he's going to ping the Lightning. He's going to call it in as well. He might be able to kill at least 1 or 2, force the rest indoors.
Oh, no,
Lightning finds nobody. Apathy can't either. Phantoms is there. Keep in mind, that grab slam's available, but Scraps with his second war machine of the game, he can find find two, granted a teammate, but EG, maybe just enough to get inside the hill, at least stop Faze from going, and of course, well, EG, they can win it here.
Yep, they sure can. 16 seconds left. They only need 10 of them, and there's still a lightning strike as well if they want to play for a late rotation. Faze still need to push, and that's going to have a crazy effect on the spawners. App flies in, no grab slam for him. Contest comes through, but that should be that. App finds the final kill, and EG clutch up in the hard point.
And that was a very nice string of plays that EG was able to pull off. I don't know if you remember back to the Fountain Hill #3 where I was like, oh, EG, there's no one left to fight for the scrap time, won't trap any time off the clock. Attach instantly went and picked up 3 inside the hill. He was completely by himself. He not only picked up 3 kills, but he stopped Faze getting about an extra 15 seconds. Because he killed 3, EG won the rotation of barrels for free. And then from barrels, we saw when Apathy had that grab slam, he ends up going on the flank from yellow, which, well, we'll see the last minute, so it might just be easier to break this down with it on your screen. We'll see exactly where it comes from. So we actually go all the way from first, but Apathy goes on a nice flank to help break first. And then, of course, the next rotation that they have to win, well, it pretty much just came down to lightning strike, right? It doesn't find anybody, but it forces a couple players into bad gunfights, and Scraps did what he could with the War Machine. But again, everyone was just in too bad of a spot, and EG clutched up.
Yeah, a frustrating one for the likes of Scraps. I mean, another War Machine, double positive, pretty much does everything he can do. 0 slowed down drastically, though. If you see his stats there, 20 and 20. There was a time where he was, I believe it was 20 and 12. So had no luck whatsoever in that final few rotations. The Purifier obviously doing a lot of work for EG on that first hill.
And even though this is something Apathy talked about on Hot Mic, like he only gets 1 with the grab slam, but again, he used it at essentially the perfect spot because you're close enough to winning the game on this hill that any kills that you get is going to force Faze to spawn so far away that you lock it in. So the specialist got you the streaks, and the streaks helped you win the game. Great plays from EG.
Well, that's the end of game 1. Jess caught up with EG before the game.
Thank you, Ben. That's right. And I spoke with Exotic, and he brought up when these two teams matched up at London. He told me, well, we sucked at London, and yet somehow we took Faze out to game 5. He goes, I don't even know how we did that, but we're definitely feeling a lot more prepared now. We're a better team than we were at London. So he made it sound like he's expecting a close game, but like he is definitely expecting a win for EG. Now, over on the side of Faze, Scraps disagrees. He said it's not going to be that close again, and he had his usual cocky air about him. He said if we play the way we should, it'll definitely be an easy 3-0 or 3-1. So, of course, the 3-0 ship has sailed. Let's see what happens next, though. Ben and Chance, back over to you guys.
I love that. I love that. Cocky demeanor comes through as you expect, right? Well, it's not going to be a 3-0, and it's definitely going to be maybe as close as what we saw back in London. As in terms of game 1, EG do very well to fight back. It was looking comfortable for Faze for a big kind of part of that seaside hardpoint, but EG down, never out. Again, so resilient. It's a great kind of clutch gene they seem to have started to develop. And what's really bizarre is just how different this team looks now. For me, EG is another one of those that's just shown massive improvement. And that's what you love to see as the year goes on. You don't really like seeing teams collapse and, you know, fall apart. That's never, you know, it's never pleasant to watch. But teams that show massive improvement, it's exciting.
And it's also like an interesting what if. Like, we've had a ton of really good what ifs like this year, and this is definitely one of the milder ones, but like they take Faze to a game 5 back in London, and that was in pool play.
Right.
But I'm pretty sure if I remember the standings correctly, if EG clutched up that game 5, they would have made it out to winners instead of Faze. And of course, EG ended up placing top 16. I think Faze ended up at like top 12 or top 8. I think it was top 12. So granted, maybe not that much better in the overall standings, but obviously we know how good we expect Faze to be now. But EG, again, they might only be a small step behind them, and depending on how the series goes, right at the same level, or maybe EG has also gotten like that much better. So just another team that we don't know exactly how good they are, but we know they're a potential contender.
Yep. And they know the pressure's on. They want to try and qualify for playoffs in that top 4 spot, make life a little easy. Scraps with maybe potential for a collab there. Doesn't connect. Didn't even find the first shot, and well, there comes a wonderful challenge from EG. 0 is there to trade, though. So, early on, 4v4.
Yeah, not a bad thing to do. Force the sniper to hit the tough shot. Of course, Faze on the retake, though. Zuma can find one unattached. Selim's actually here to watch over. Selim, though, well, takes Zuma down, but he takes the enemy with him. And Asim gets the clearance, so EG did a fantastic job of killing Scraps. And then no one else.
Scraps isolated right off the rip, but Selim with a nice rotation. We'll see him find 3 kills. 4 if you include his poor teammate Zuma, who was just trying to assist. But a good job from Salim there in that first round, and he is one of those players that you look at and you say needs to perform well on searches for this Faze squad.
And of course, too, because you got to imagine the counterpart that attaches another player that's been going off in the search and destroy. So, granted, you want to talk about the sniper battles as well, but the guys putting up big numbers. Salim is, well, probably towards the top of the list. Of course, Faze, the bomb is working its way towards B, but got a lot of players coming this way. Zuma can find one. Salim might be looking around for the next, or at the very least, keeping these EG players at bay.
I think this is something that we talked about last time as well, is Zuma's ability, from what we've seen so far, to get a first blood and stay alive. It's very, very impressive. He's consistently finding gaps in the opponent's setups, and he's consistently exploiting it. And again, staying alive, which is the key here. He isn't just necessarily getting traded out as attached. This is an easy one by his standards, but he'll make up for it as he connects with a seam. Oh, there we go. That's the double. As it stands, 3v2, still advantage EG. Phantom shuts down Zuma. Now it all comes down to Celium. He drops. And with the assistance of Attach and his sniper rifle, EG tie things up.
That's a classic from Scraps. You get a hit marker, you lose the round. It's literally just the difference maker, that extra 10 HP. If Attach dies there, then he's not going to be able to pick up the 2 kills he got. So, you know, aim a little bit higher. Faze would have won the round.
Basically what it comes down to. You're absolutely right, but Attach with some good shots. And we'll see them again here. It's funny. Always miss the easy ones. The shot, the first one he missed, probably the easiest of them all, but quick reactions there. Shut down Scraps and gave EG the massive advantage there to retake that site and get the defuse. So, Search, tied up, 1-1.
Also, this is weird. It is Attach versus Faze. That is just a little bit strange. Just a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, JCap, he's played for Faze before. Apathy has as well.
It's different, though.
I get
That's like many, many years on Faze versus a normal COD stint. But either way, it is what it is.
That's fair to say. That's fair to say. It was a little strange. But
Bomb guy mid-map, seeing if he can get the plant down on a site that does not exist. Of course, he is wrapping back towards A because Attach found the first blood, and of course, EG has made a lot of noise over towards the B site. They instantly back down, but Faze is almost completely reacting to it well. Looks like Asim is thinking about going on flank. Zero's looking for a pick, and Exotic, of course, has not gotten this bomb down yet. VG just trying to avoid making mistakes, but just looking for a pick, which Attach can't find his second just yet.
Fortunately for Asim, he's going to drop as his Zoomer Attach is swing and a miss consistently there, but now 3v2. Zero should be good to fall. Make it a 1v3. All down to Selim. His second time this map alone where he's been left in a situation like this. And that, I think, is a little lucky there. I think he actually died outside.
He did. Yeah, the player did not get the kill, and I'm pretty sure you don't get points for that either. The one thing I actually never figured out, which I tried to, is when you're dead, when the bomb explodes, does it build towards your specialist progression? I can't remember. I think I figured this out at some point.
Interesting.
And actually, now that I say that out loud, I really need to figure it out, because now it definitely makes a big difference.
Yeah, sure does.
Although I suppose in Search and Destroy, maybe a little bit less so.
Well, as it stands, Scraps 0-3 off the start. He's been first blooded a couple times as well. Exotic spots the Faze attack, wisely backs away. They're trying to fly through and attach all the way down to just 40 health. He did well to stay alive. Flurry of trades come through. Faze down to their final 2. Selim has found a pick, though, just to make it only a 1 life advantage for EG. But a lot of work to do here for Selim. Gets away, though, somehow, and that's unfortunate. But JCap ready and waiting to pinch.
Yeah, Selim did 150 plus damage, but on 2 separate players, so not enough for the kill. And if you enjoy seeing rounds of Faze players dying off the map,
there's 2 for you.
You got 2 back-to-back. EG just finding ways to not have to get all the kills.
Search now starting to get a little comfortable here for EG. Selim with the best play. Basically just came down to him finding 2. And then pretty much shooting everybody else alive for EG. Just couldn't find those kills.
Nearly got 4. That honestly might be, well, map number 3 is an Arsenal. That might be the best indication of Arsenal control. of everyone trying to flood through lobby at the same time. It's almost like it's a respawn. Almost.
Almost. Close enough. And it's now attached for 250 away streaks. First blood would help massively here. He's playing a little bit of an island over towards A. The player he's looking for is Scraps. The sniper fight continues. Attach first to concede positioning. Is he just trying to bait out? That's the question. He's still hanging around there. EG will know Faze are over there. With that pre-fire. Attach just looking for that pick.
And Exotic hasn't moved either, so he's still waiting for the confirmation on which bomb site to rotate to, and Apathy actually finds two. Exotic doesn't even care. He's rotating this to A instantly. So I was thinking maybe when his teammate gets a pick to the B site, they go that way, but you see Faze, everyone's drawn towards B. The bomb is planted for free. Lobby control completely the way of EG. And now, honestly, for your Faze, what do? You try to go up the back steps, you got to worry about attach a sniper. You try to cross the guy in lobby, he's going to at least spot you for the information. Honestly, the setup for EG looks about as perfect as you could ask for. I don't have an answer for Faze. You're just going to have to get a pick, get some prayer kills.
Oh,
well, Scraps with a hit marker is not the start you want.
It's been a couple of times now where that's happened for Attach. It's just be annoying, be a nuisance, and the nade may actually just secure the round. It means no one from Faze can push up, get any control whatsoever. 2v4, Scraps still swinging, still missing. Finally connects with Phantoms, but the pressure's going to come from around the outside. Attach missed a couple of shots, but even with the time, doesn't matter. And more importantly for Attach, he's going to keep that streak alive.
And I'll tell you, that is a really nice strat coming out from EG. And outside of getting the first blood, like if you get blooded in that situation, that is going to be very difficult to like have a counter to that. So I'm not kidding. I wouldn't be surprised if EG does that every single round on offense. Something very similar to set up until they get a streak or maybe a specialist to switch things up, because at the moment, I don't see a reason why you would try anything different. You let Attach play on an island. If you can get a pick, great. If not, you can rotate it one direction. On the other side, Apathy apparently just picking up two pieces like it's nothing.
Yep.
And then, of course, you just go back towards that A site. So it's great to see so far from EG. We'll see if they can let it rock, because Attach, of course, is looking for picks because, well, he wants some score streaks.
They are flying, but look at the positioning. Phantoms has found himself in. There's two. Now all of a sudden, Attach wants a little bit of the action here. It's a 2v2 very, very quickly in. There's the first. Attach. Oh! I thought he was going to get the kill. The hit marker's enough. The EKA secures the streaks. J-Cap was like, don't worry, brother. I got you.
And again, this is just another really good setup coming out from EG. It was the opening Attach, gets the information. Phantoms is watching over him, and then the player that was in the vents, he's got the stun to slow them down to secure that first kill. And this is honestly a masterclass Arsenal search and destroy performance right now from Evil Geniuses. And now they got the streaks to play with in the back pocket.
You put EG in your top 4?
That's what I'm saying. Like, and again, I don't even know if we mentioned like Splice, for example. Like, there are so many teams that are in contention. Heretics even. They've gotten like top 6 at least once, if not twice now. So like, they're certainly in that pathway. Gen G is obviously not on a good run right now, but we know that they're solid. So there's a lot of good teams that come Anaheim are going to be fighting to be top dog.
Already, first blood for EG. First 2 rounds were back and forth. Since then, it's been the EG show, and it looks like this is going to be closed out this round. A 5v3. Asim is Scraps 1 of 5, 1 and 6. Zuma at 4 and 5. Left to try and clutch up and keep Faze alive in the search. A lot of work to be done, especially considering Attach has a lightning. You can ping it. You can use it. Pretty much anything you want. Post-plant position. If the bomb goes down, round's over.
Yeah, the good news for Faze is EG has been a little bit slow to make this happen, but they actually still have no information, so Scraps is actually going back towards B. Now, we had a round where Phantoms had streaks and did not use them, and then they lost. This round, Attach has it. They can just get the bomb down and win. You see the players going for the plant so they can't get killed from vents, but Attach, he just has to stay alive, and they win this round for free. And he's dead.
Is it going to matter, though?
Probably not.
Zuma. 1v3. Vent, not the best position to try and clutch up in. Phantoms, Apathy, and J-Cap all alive. Cap's had a great search, by the way. 8 and 2. Phantoms 7 and 3. You know where Zuma is. It's just a matter of time now before he falls. The time is ticking 20 seconds. You know he doesn't have time to wrap. His only win condition is to just somehow get a miraculous double, slide out and find the third, but shot's going down. Zuma will fall. As I said, it was just a matter of time. Apathy closes out the search, and that was tremendous. Really, really good search and destroy from EG.
It's completely dominant. That was one of the first things we talked about for Faze, of like they're looking great in respawn, their search and destroy not so much, and they've definitely shown improvements, but then EG, they just brought it back, and again, that is a near masterclass on Arsenal. That was just great play the entire way through.
It's getting to the point now where I want to know what Revan has on his laptop.
Everything. I'm not even kidding. I bet he has everything.
May have to have a sneaky peek, because one thing's for sure, in terms of strategy, EG looking fantastic. Couple of tricks up their sleeves, it seems, but as it stands here, EG 2-0 up against Faze Clan. Will we see a reverse sweep, or will our run of 3-0s continue, Chance? That's the question, because we've had a fair few of them so far.
Yeah, I'll be honest, it's looking like a 3-0 if anything, but obviously, Ben, it's going to be a long day with a lot of Call of Duty.
A lot of Call of Duty still to be played. Faze, we've seen him in positions like this before, down, never out. Game 1, incredibly close. Game 2, not close at all. EG 2-0 up.
The Call of Duty World League is brought to you by Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel, the official beverage of the CWL. Scuff Gaming, the official controller of the CWL. And TCL, America's fastest growing TV brand.
Game Fuel. Level up the game.
EG currently sitting 2-0 up in the first game of the day. Faze in trouble. And Chance, I think we figured it out
100%
in that commercial break. And shout out to the wonderful Joey D, Merc, on Twitter. Realized that the reason that this has happened is solely because of Nameless.
100%.
It has to be.
There's
Nameless
no
was
other analysis.
all a part of the LG hype train. He got off the hype train, He joins the Faze hype train, and look what happens. Faze collapse. Now, what that means is more than likely LG going to 3-0 for the rest of the week.
Possibly. I would, and so LG, keep in mind, they're playing like their theoretical toughest competition, the top 2 teams, and they are 0-13 in hardpoint, search and destroy, or whatever it is, 0-14, I have no idea. But then, yeah, they just come out and like double 3-0. That would be insane to see. But of course, we got a long way to go before that happens, because EG Faze is going to a Game 5, Ben.
I don't know.
Maybe not, because EG has been.
If you're a Faze fan, you might want to tweet it nameless and ask him politely to take the cap off, because not only does it not look good on him anyway, apparently it's a curse.
That's crazy how instantaneous that is, too.
Right?
Faze has been dominant, wears the hat, takes it off 10 seconds later, doesn't make a difference. It is a Seaside, you blow a 60-point lead, which granted, on Seaside, 60 points isn't that big at all. But then that search and destroy, that was just... wasn't tough to watch. It was honestly really entertaining to watch, but yeah, it was a 6-1 nonetheless.
It was a weird one, because normally when you see a 6-0 blowout, it's never really, it's never really great to watch. But the way EG played it was just beautiful, to be honest. So it's always nice when you have games like that. There's a little bit of pressure now coming over towards A. 1 ticket progression through. They also have the ticket progression at B, but the second one is looking good. Did Nameless take the cap off?
I mean, he took it off stream, or on stream, we saw, but I don't know if he put it back on Warfare 2. I have no idea, so we got to get the Nameless intel to dictate who's going to win this series, or at least the map. For the moment, though, Faze looks like they're surging for it on the flank. Attach is just staying alive for an incredibly long time, putting down a lot of damage downrange. Finally, they hunt him down and kill him. But still, it's only 2 players on the flank for Faze. No one's pushed up towards B, so yes, EG's down on lives, but at the very least, there's no damage done on the B point yet.
Oh, here comes the pressure. EG down 3. Make that 4. Scraps finds 1. Now, Scraps may have a big fight that he needs to win. Unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do so, but his teammates are there to trade. Still the pressure coming through. The lead now at 6. EG crumbling defensively here. Faze just throwing absolutely everything at them. And they seem to have, for the most part at least, all of the angles covered. Still contested, though, halfway through the final tick.
You're just looking for wall bangs. Honestly, if you hit him, you might stop the players from healing, so that's why you want to go for him. But either way, 2 ticks in. 9v6 in lives, and with the minute and a half, if I'm Faze, just slow the pace down. Just play for kills. I'm not even kidding. I'm going to say this unironically. And I'm gonna I hear the desk behind me saying the word faded, but you could snipe in this situation. I'm not kidding, but I know Pac-Man just said faded, and Nameless just like chuckled to himself. But you could do it. That's not a joke.
No, I'm imagining their faces, their reactions.
God, it's so dumb. Does he even play the game?
Well, potentially, because now it becomes a round of search and destroy, right? You only have 1 life, and if you're trying to post up, if you're good enough with it, you can definitely make something happen, but Attach will fall. Now you have yourself JCat finds some apathy, trying to clutch up a 3v5. Nice pick. Nice double pick, 3v3. A round which Faze has been in the driver's seat in. Is slowly but surely slipping away. Scraps now has to 1v3. Does have a nade available in 30 seconds. If they group, maybe he might consider it, but it's doubtful.
Yeah, Senor Kaplan just making the big kills and Scraps. Well, he has the nade, but you're exactly right. It's pretty much going to be impossible. You have to over-challenge everything. You got to pray or someone over-peaks. And EG, you can see, not going to make any mistakes. All nice and grouped up. Cap falls with 9 seconds. Oh. The challenge comes in, and that's why you wall bang. It stops the player from healing because it always connects. And nice clean round from EG.
Scraps read pretty much everything correct throughout the entire situation.
He should have sniped. And here's why it can work as well, because you see the places Zero's getting the kills. Everyone posts you almost always leave at least one ICR over by the 18. Another guy either play with you at the 18 or playing sushi with a SOG or something like that, and the players on the flank. You could just snipe the guys at the front. You get the clearance, and you're up 9v6, and you got a minute and a half to hit the shot. You're almost never gonna see it because it's not the smartest thing you could do, but it's possible, Ben.
It's not that silly. It's bold. I would say it's bold.
I need to convince Nagafen to do it. Because he sniped on this map on opening breaks before.
Yes.
To a little bit of success. But
so Foam will do that too, if I'm not mistaken. He's
possibly, yeah.
He's had snipers out at the start of controls, but at the end of controls, kind of doesn't sound all that too crazy, just because of the way that the life count works in the game mode. But round 2 underway. EG with a flurry of kills, and Phantoms was 75 away from streaks. Would have been massive, but a lot of attention over towards B, and because of that, EG should be good to at least get 2 ticks into A. I'd be surprised if they don't actually get the full 3, because I think Faze, they're going to try and set up and spawn kill.
And we'll see how successful they are. It's worth mentioning, at the very least, Zero had a very nice opening break. He picked up 3 just to kind of give him the clearance, and, well, he's going to be watching one angle as Celium tries to come in from the pinch side of things, but the read is there from EG. Obviously, they know the situation. They find 2 kills. Now Zero, well, he's going to get challenged from everybody, just trying to stay alive. And so far, so good, but EG pouring on the pressure on the flank.
What is there? Zuma goes all the way down to 8 health. There's still 2 more plays from EG, but again, nothing but trades. 22-21, 1 life advantage for Faze. Scraps with some nice shots there onto Phantoms. Keeping EG pinned back as best as he possibly can, at least.
Of course, EG still having 2 players kind of floating around the flank, but honestly, the setup from Faze is as good as you're going to want it, as long as players manage to stay alive and Asim feels the pressure. So he's going to back off. The Sog moves over towards Sushi to take those good gunfights. Everyone else watching the flank, Zero's here, stays alive just so he can get the help. And he knows after he's in the back, he's got at least Zuma helping him out, and Celium can roam if he wants, but all the base is covered. You got a 21v15. And well, I was going to say you got more trades coming in from Asim, but Attach does make a nice read to take him down. And, well, Scraps is going to fall as well. Pressure alleviated for EG on the front.
They need to get some progression into B, though, or at least stop the clock, because 48 seconds is not a lot of time to work with when you don't have anything going at B. And EG have struggled a lot here. Faze have had a great defensive setup. It wouldn't surprise me if next time on attack, EG just throw everything at B off the rip.
Yeah, keep in mind, though, Celium is creeping up towards some of those streaks, and of course, they got the nice life advantage. So EG, they have their work cut out for them. Their basically win condition is you have to win the round, you have to kill everyone. Celium is a big kill to get for the start, but right now, kills getting traded. Whichever kill that does get traded kind of helps out Faze because of the life advantage, but now it's going to be Zuma by himself, but he finds a big kill, and the trophy's going to save his life from the nade, and even though Attach was in post, he's going to fall. Faze is on the back end for the defensive push, and it looks like they should be good. You got a 13v5, but EG not quitting just yet.
They'll have to give it a go. It's not going to be successful, though. That's the problem. Zero tags up everything in sight. No streaks aren't no for Faze.
Zero gets him.
Close.
Zero found him at the end. The guy that was off the map, I'm pretty sure, I think in the kill feed you saw the skull. Zero did manage to find Apathy. I could even hear him calling out exactly what was happening earlier. So just a nice little thing. If Zero manages to get streaks, which I think he's like 4 or 5 kills away from it, but it is plays like that that occasionally will be the difference maker. But maybe not.
I mean, we'll see. Celium was close himself, but couldn't manage it. EG managed to find him in the opening push when they were attacking B, at least. But yeah, next attack for me, EG, I would just throw everything at B. A was simple. Faze's defensive stand was great, though. And now for Faze, they're going to fly over towards A. EG, no presence inside showers. They will concede it, and they will try and do exactly what Faze just did to them.
It is rare that we see when players or teams get trapped inside of A that the team that traps them in actually does well. It seems like every time we see it happen, it always falls apart. I think the most successful team I've seen pull it off is Splice, and I think that was against LG back in the Pro League, where they go for a spawn trap, and it's kind of similar to what EG is trying to set up now, but well, they still got to get the kills.
I was going to say the most successful, I think, was actually LG.
Well, that's there's spawn trap and there's mercilessly spawn killing the opponent. I'm talking about, like, from a setup perspective, I think Splice pulled it off the best. From destroying the opponent, that was LG. Yeah. 100% LG.
That was so scary. Scary to watch, and well, how times have changed since then. As it stands, 3 life advantage for Faze. A lot of time on the clock. A lot. And you do have some utility available. Zero already has his specialist. Scraps is seen. Zuma's not too far away. Celium already has used that Tempest. So on the flip side, Apathy, Graph Slam, attached close to War Machine, Exotic close to Tempest. Phantom still a lot of work to be done before he earns his.
And Phantoms has arms that are 10 feet long. He's just getting those shot punches from way downtown, but now you got a little pressure towards the point. I think it's going to be Zoom inside the hill. Phantoms is here, though, but he's going to fall. Zuma finding 2 big kills. He has the 18 control, and now your job is just stay alive. Keep it alive at 18, but he's going to fall. He at least buys his teammates time to get near the hill. And Asim, well, again, he's thinking about that grab slam. If he wants it, well, it might have been there, but EG, they're just going to get a nice little wipe on hill, and that just goes to show 18 control is the most important thing to do when you're on offense.
And because of that now, EG maybe in the driver's seat, just merely because of the control they have of the map. With 50 seconds to go, only 1 tick invested. There was some utility invested by Faze. Of course, you saw the crash. And they felt that that was the right time to use it. They still have a lot available, though. They themselves want to go for it. And Asim could be the difference maker. Or not.
That is always the, is it going to kill me? Is it? I don't know. But the Vision Pulse is actually in from Phantoms, who apparently is having a fantastic game because getting that in the 3rd round for the Vision Pulse. Fairly impressive Apathy, though. He goes, well, it's not red dot chasing. It's you can see through walls chasing, but he's going to fall.
It was actually Zero. Zero that used the Vision Pulse. So Faze wanted to go. Yeah, Faze wanted to go for it. And, well, now they find themselves investing a lot into this round. Attach is forced to use the War Machine, but it's a war on war. Scraps is going to win it. Apathy now his turn to try and fly in. Grab Slam available. Oh, he tried to pull the trigger. It's a 4v4 with 15 seconds.
Yeah, I think that's the War Machine that helped him out, but now Selim is going to find 2. The entrance is there. You got a 4v3. Exotic can find 1. Staying alive just barely, but he's surrounded. He goes for the challenge, and Zero finds 2 big kills, and now Attached, well, just good luck. You got to be on the point, and Zero finds the next. That's a good call by you, Ben, because I don't know why I assumed that was Phantoms. I checked it, and I thought the bar was going down, apparently stationary. But that means Zero has been going off.
Yep.
Not just to get the Vision Pulse, but that is 3 massive kills he finds at the end. And those are just really nice plays coming out.
Yeah, Faze really wanted that round. It got close towards the end. If Apathy's Grab Slam goes off, that round, very different. That would have been 2 free kills, 3v1. Assume he gets traded, still a 2v1. You expect EG to close that one out. And I'm curious just how much is going to be taken away from him, if anything. The whole thing. That is tough for Apathy.
Well, got to have that bounce back as well. EG, they get the first blood, which means that the A point is completely theirs.
And streaks.
And it's worth pointing out, I don't know exactly how early he got that Vision Pulse, but that kill he got on Apathy, when he was outside of the map, he hunted him down. Maybe. Probably not, but might have been the difference maker. Maybe. You'd have to rewatch to find out for sure.
Nah, we'll go with it. I like that theory.
100%.
I like that a lot. There's a Hellstorm, and Scraps just refused to die, despite 3 plays in front of him. Selim collapses inside. He himself now starting to work on maybe some streaks, and on Faze, they were down 2-0 in the series coming in. Now they're 2-1 up in the control, and now really putting pressure on. And for EG, I said I wanted to see them maybe fly over towards B off the rip. They didn't do that. Now they find themselves in the exact same position they were in previously, and you're relying on Phantoms really to get the Vision Pulse and use it this round. For me, that's what this round is going to come down to, because Zero is definitely not going to earn another one. Unless he...
You say that now.
Yeah. Unless... Nah, the odds of that are just so low. For me, it's going to come down to Phantoms getting it probably with around about 20 seconds left in the round, and using it around about then.
Or even a big play from the Tempest potentially, but the Lightning Strike only finds 1, and actually a team kill comes in as well, probably due to the panic of the Lightning. So that's a Lightning Strike used to stop the push coming in from EG. We're down by 5 lives.
Still have the Hellstorm, and for EG, you got to bait that out as quickly as you can, because you don't want to come down at the final few moments. As Faze have set up in the exact same position. Nothing different here.
Assuming as soon as Zero, whoever is watching this push, which is pretty much all Faze, calls out, hey, they're making their move, that's when the Hellstorm is going to come in. Now, Asim spots out at least 1. He's probably going to be ready for the second, but yeah, I'm assuming he spotted 2, so he's just going to run away, trying to play his life, and he gets away for the moment, but they're swarming on him. But he's got the SOG, the slide is there, knows the second's coming, but from what direction? Well, he got shot in the back, but the Hellstorm's there just to alleviate the pressure. It means you don't have to worry about the front for a couple seconds, which means go and hunt Attached down. But Attached is trying to stay alive to bait all these players for Faze back. That way EG can hit the front, but Zoom is here as well. All the base is covered, but still about those gunfights, and Celium finds 2. Zuma stays alive. Everybody stays alive. And now EG 90-17, 20 seconds on the clock. It seems like it's all but over.
I just feel like EG didn't respect Faze's defensive capabilities over towards B. They were outclassed in their last attacking round. They've been outclassed again here. 16-8 is a life advantage. Now your Tempest is out, but you got to hit something. The kill still coming in for Faze. Attacher's going to try and give them some advantage, but that was a panic. Tempest and Faze will stay alive in the series. No 3-0 to start the day. Scraps 28-14, make that 29-14. Has been phenomenal throughout. 0, 23, and 13. The European duo on this squad, in respawns at least, are really giving EG problems.
I was naturally watching the game. I was like, wow, Zero is having a fantastic performance. Check the scoreboard. Oh, hell. Scraps and Celium are putting in work as well. So that is a very nice bounce back from Faze, who last time when these teams played, it did go to a game 5. So as great as those first 2 maps look for EG, we might be on our way.
You can never count any team out. That's what we've really learned from this year.
Not true.
Well,
there are definitely certain times where you can count teams out, like Gen.G and LG play later. Actually, no, I guess, yeah. No, you can't count any team out. You're right. You can never count a team out. I like that.
Never know. Reciprocity yesterday, counted them out in Seaside Hardpoint. They came out and somehow made a comeback. That's the weirdest team. They give me a headache trying to predict how they're going to finish at events and how they're even going to play in series. Confusing.
Can you imagine if you told me last year, hey, Denz is going to be a really great ICR, or like an AR player? I'd be like, okay, that's a little bit weird on what team. He's playing with a bunch of Europeans. I'd be like, wait, what is this? Like, what happens? And he's the only Aussie in the league.
Would it not even be weirder, though, if I told you that Scraps and Zero were going to be playing with 2 completely young players in Zuma?
Well, last year, I didn't even know who his team was.
Exactly.
So that would have blown mine. You would have said Celium. I'd be like, oh, like, that's pretty cool. But I'd be, yeah, what happened to Faze? What happened to the Faze team? They didn't make the league? Oh, now they're in the league? They come in the league, they're here for a couple weeks, and now they're, like, elite? Like, what's going on?
Very, very strange how things can change in such a short space of time. As coaches take the stage to go over strategies for the next map. It's going to be on Gridlock again, so we'll stay there. This time, no, a hard point. And it was the hard point that we saw with EG versus Optic yesterday on Gridlock specifically. It was an interesting one because fundamentally sound, right? There was just a couple of moments, like EG off the rip, their P1 and P2 hold was great. It was a rotation of tree where they really, really struggled, and using that from 3rd to 4th was their big, big downfall. Now, if Faze, aren't as maybe neat and tidy as Optic are on 3rd and 4th here, I think EG may actually just close it out here.
And keep in mind, EG was undefeated in hardpoint up until yesterday,
right?
Which, I mean, it's Optic, like, great hardpoint team in their own right. So outside of that, EG in contention for being one of the better hardpoint teams in the game. I don't know where exactly you'd rank them. Probably top 5, it certainly seems like so far. Sure. Maybe a little bit higher depending. But either way, we know that they're incredibly capable. We've seen that they're well put together. They don't make a ton of mistakes. And I think even yesterday for the Optic one, yeah, it just came down to like specialists more than anything else. But
basically it, right? They use a vision pulse, and Karma uses his grab slam and kills 3 of them. That was the one big thing, and it was like, oh.
And as the War Machine, I think it was what Attach tried to make the big play, and Scump just takes a grenade to the face to force the team kill. So a lot of things going right for Optic in the opening break. Phantoms does something similar. He does find the first blood, but Celium does respond in kind. Well, no one's won it so far.
Yeah, still contested. Players trying to get back over towards the first hill. Zuma finds himself an easy double. Either Exotic or Attach saw that flank coming, and Faze with at least a little bit of control until Apathy just put Scraps on skates there. That seems still in the hill though for Faze. Trying to build themselves a lead, but EG, they're not going to give up on that hill just yet. Maybe one more push could come through.
Yeah, 20 seconds is definitely worth fighting for, but of course the rotation, oh so important as well. So EG, well, they tried to manage to do both. They achieved the first one of at least getting inside the hill to get some points on board, so effectively going to be a tied game for the rotation in a second. Honestly, they might be able to win the foot race. They might be able to force those back spawns should they take down Celium, but Faze definitely gets to the hill first. And of course, he got Apathy waiting for his teammates to make some noise so he can go for the pinch towards the hill. So EG, the setup is there. Can they execute?
They wanted to hunt down Celium, and they found him. They just, quite frankly, can't kill him. And he's unfortunate not to get himself a double there for his efforts. Scraps still in the hill, though. Look at the spawns for Faze. That's 3 players spawning so far out. The entirety there of the B Street locked in by EG, so they will get themselves some time.
This is a very nice break. Again, the play was there. The execution was perfect. Now we got to see how the hold does. Phantoms is going to fall, but he at least takes one with him. JCap, well, he's got the cuts for 2. He falls, but at least takes one with him. Now Scraps in the back, and that's just an easy gunfight for Attach. He's got the ICR just hanging out, pre-aimed, L-triggered, waiting for it, and nice little rotation from EG. And once again, Faze is there first. EG already setting up a pinch. The setup is there. Can they execute?
That was the problems that they really had yesterday. Let's have a look. Can they manage to produce something a little better against Faze? Exotic gonna have to take his time a little bit here. He's gonna be pinched himself, and I think he realized that. And that's a great read from him. But that is unfortunate timing as well that comes through. Faze still in the hill. Jacob has got through showers. He's trying to hunt down anyone from Faze, but Zero will find the pick. G with still 40 seconds left on the hill, yet to touch it.
That's a very big gunfight for Scraps to win because JCap is actually in a really good spot. Once you get like inside of showers, usually you can find the kill on the guy on the hill, but once Zero takes him down, that means Faze can stabilize, and this is once again that tree hill being a little bit of a problem for EG. Can't find too much going their way. They got one more chance on the attack, and again, once they get the showers, you might be able to find the guy in the hill. Asim, though, stays alive long enough for Zuma to pick up 2. But EG, it looks like, well, it doesn't even look like. I was going to say they force it through to fight over on tree, but that's not really the case. They only get a couple seconds in Faze. Well, they have the rotation first. Zuma just trying to...
He's just trying to get away. Yeah, he just wants to try and stay alive. He's 100 away from streaks. That's so well played. The fact he was able to get a free kind of jiggle on the hard point made sure he was now just a kill away. Juggling the hill. Something you haven't really seen in quite some time, but 85 points now. His teammates say, hey, players at the back. Zuma says, don't worry, boys, I got you. There's a line.
Did they rob him of the streaks? Did his teammate do that? Did they step a foot inside the hill, or did they give up the first 5 seconds to try to let Zuma run to get the time? I don't know if they did.
The problem was Zuma was stressed out at the back, I think, being chased.
But I mean, a player literally, when he was right there, like stepped inside and instantly backed down. I don't know if they were in there before that, but if that's the case, that's hilarious. But it doesn't really make a difference. Zuma got the full streaks anyway, and Faze wins the rotation to the hill, and they get a little bit of time, and now you got the streaks for the next hill.
It's the same thing. It's the thing I talked about before this map. You look at their EGs, P3, P4. It's not great. Why? I mean, we'll take a look, dissect it maybe a little bit more in the second rotation. But if they have a poor P1 or P2, which now you're going against this rotation, the first hill against streaks, things aren't going to be pretty on this map for them.
And honestly, it really comes down to that tree hill as well. That's where it spirals out of control for the fort, because you never get the back spawn. So gotta maybe figure out a new way to make things happen, or maybe if a player just steps up. And honestly, it could just come down to like 1 kill. If Exotic stays alive in the back, or if JCat can find one. Sometimes it just goes that way in COD. So EG, they gotta force a lot. Phantoms, well, he's gonna help out. He's on the flank effectively, and he finds 3. That should be a guarantee of EG getting quite a bit of this time, despite the first streak. I don't know if Zuma's going to want to invest the next one. It looks like he's not, but either way, this is a ton of time to go the way of EG.
Oh, he did.
Oh, wow, I didn't see it. Okay, in that case, that's horrible for Faze.
Sure is. But what is good is, I believe it was the seam on the other side of the map, just shut down Phantom. So he's trying to put pressure on the rotation. And it's almost the identical place we obviously saw Celium in the first rotation of hills. He's going to spot EG trying to get to the back of the map, and Faze have initial control.
Exotic finds that first kill. You're trying to get players inside a post. Celium, well, I was going to say able to stay alive, but the nade takes him down. And this is EG again. The second hill, they have been great. They have been able to break it 2 for 2 times, and basically 10 seconds it takes them to go for that setup to get the break. Now Faze, everyone's trying to come from the back, but the 18 control heavily in EG's favor. A couple players able to get inside the hill, and actually they get past just enough, and just like that, Faze right back inside, and Phantoms can only take 2, and those are kills that don't make a difference, because Faze, well, they're inside the hill, and actually maybe it makes a difference depending on how these gunfights go.
And look at the decision EG made. 3 players decided to push old. 2 players rotated. Cap was a little late, and now look at the result. Not only do you not get any of the time on old, you've messed up the rotation completely. If you're EG there, you have to dedicate yourself to that rotation. There is no point splitting and trying to go for that play.
I respect it, honestly, because there's a lot of time, but obviously you can see high risk, maybe medium reward, and they are going to get punished for it. And again, as you pointed out, it goes right back to tree where they have struggled. He's got the grab if he wants it, and maybe the good news for EG is they do have some of those back spawns, but this is Faze just with a very comfortable setup. So Yeah, high risk, medium reward, and that is a hefty punishment.
I mean, even so, just knowing how poor they've been on this hill over the past few days, yeah, I just say you just rotate. You just chalk it up. It's 20 seconds. Now all of a sudden, not only have you lost 20, you've lost the initial 30 here, so it's 50, and you're still no closer to breaking through. So it may be a full 60. So essentially, you've lost almost 100 points, Chance.
And now Asim is just sitting on the grassland waiting for it. He only finds one. Another player's in the back. He might be able to get it done with the gun. But either way, that grassland backs players down to just force him there. So now you got Exotic pulling out the Tempest for the rotation, but I don't know, at best he can maybe find a couple kills on one end, but Zero's already on the other. Exotic can only find one because he's just going to get swarmed, so he gets dropped with the Tempest. Pretty much no avail. Faze has already been blocking the back left spawn, so EG are going to be spawning ever on the map. A creative grapple spot from Asim to get in the back, and Faze eventually they should be able to break through the hill.
To be honest with you, Chance, I feel like this one is over. Very much like last time. This one's going to a game 5. 214 to 114, 100-point lead. Zuma, another streak available for him. That's just how well he's been playing. Make that 2. Really good stuff from the Italian stallion.
This is 25 seconds, and if it goes their way, Faze just wins the game here. Apathy almost certainly is going to invest the grassland, but needs to heal, goes around back, and well, Faze a lot of kills their way, so I imagine he pulls the trigger, but actually, as you say that, the pinch was in anyway, so he can save it potentially for next. Faze cannot win here. Keep in mind, Zuma really good at earning streaks for the first hill. And so, yeah, Faze is going to 100% win this game. There's nothing EG can do.
Nothing. They can save us some time. Just not going to the first hill. That's about it. There's the first streak that comes through. Second streak is available. Exotic and JCap, though, hanging on, but there's the lightning. There's one. There's two. And Faze now inside the hill. App has to be good with the grab slam. This is his moment.
Excuse me?
I felt like that was a little harsh.
I felt like there was a player directly behind him that he didn't kill with the grass slam. That's what it looked like to me.
You mean that guy? Asim?
Is that who it was?
Pretty sure it was, yeah.
Well, getting a couple kills. Faze just 3 points away from ending the game, and they'll take what they can get. EG being scrappy, but again, you have to deal with a Hellstorm and a Lightning and a Vision Pulse and FaZe Clan. Too tough on Gridlock. And Ben, would you have it any other way? Going to that game 5.
And a very interesting series. A great map 1, followed by a very, very decisive search and destroy from EG. Control pretty much favored FaZe from the start, and as did really that hardpoint. So the two Gridlocks, all advantage FaZe from 2-0 down to tie things up 2-2. First game of the day, and we're going to a game 5. We've had a lot of 3-0s recently, Chance. It's about time we had some game 5s back in our favor. Will it be another dominant search and destroy for EG? Or has FaZe got something left?
The Call of Duty World League is presented by PlayStation 4, the official platform of the CWL, Astro Gaming, the official headset and mix amp of the CWL, and Republic of Gamers, the official monitor of the CWL.
Evil Geniuses, Faze Clan 2-2. The reverse sweep is on for Faze. They started the series down 2-0. The first search chance was a masterclass from EG, and it was a pathetic display, for lack of better words, from Faze. Do you think we're going to see the same on Frequency?
No, I don't, because I think Frequency plays quite differently from Arsenal. So like the setup that EG kept running with, at least on offense, is like, we'll play for a little bit of spread, we'll pour some pressure over towards the B site, and then we'll move that bomb towards A and get the bomb down. But it's just a lot tougher on this map. I think it's harder to get the bomb down really at either site unless you want to force it over towards B. But then if you do, you might get shot for mid. There's too many things to watch. You spread yourselves thin, so it's just different, Ben. It's different.
Well, advantage EG, so they're continuing where they left off in terms of search. It's only a one-man advantage, though, so it's nothing to get too excited about. Salim and Zero are up. Zero's been fantastic throughout this entire series. It was a little slow in the search, but you're not going to have a good game when you lose 6-1. Unfortunately for him, he will get picked. Salim for the 1v3, and I don't think that's necessarily going to end too well for him.
Yeah, that is either the third or fourth round where FaZe has had to jump off the map to avoid giving the opponent the kills in search. So you now have EG at 7-1.
I'm going to be honest. I miss the days players who just go for it.
What are you going to do? I mean, there's certain situations where you can for Celium, and I think, honestly, having a sniper in those situations is helpful just because you can get a quick pick, maybe look for, like, a big play. But he knows those players are running forward. It's just, there's so many situations, especially with Stim Shot, where it's just hopeless.
Yep.
And obviously that is a prime example.
I mean, we were talking about it. You can almost list off the 1v3 clutches you've seen this year. As you go back to last year, it's never going to happen. It was a lot more, for sure. But either way, EG 1-0 up. Now, their turn on the attack. So far defensively, FaZe not really got too much information, but shots go down. Attach opens things up. First blood app. You got to get out of his way. Attach still had more work to do. He will find Zuma, so despite the team kill, EG still with a man advantage.
Scraps is looking for it, though, and he can't find it. Attach with the next. Feeds Zero to him. Who's left as well? Celium. Attach is just going for vengeance. He's got 3 so far. Honestly, kill your teammate, plant the bomb, get all the points. Don't actually do that, but
I actually quite like that.
it depends. If you get it down to a 4v1, I think it might actually be worthwhile, but JCap with the nade, gonna connect, perfectly placed on top of Celium. Now you got a 4v1. This is where you kill your teammate to plant the bomb, but that's okay. Exotic wants to get some points too. Now it's just about who wants to kill Zero, or will Zero make it the 5th round, or FaZe just jumps off the map.
Yes, he will.
This is exciting stuff from FaZe. Putting up a great fight, Ben. They'll bounce back this round. Scraps is going to hit a nasty shot.
So I was actually just about to bring up Scraps. He's been isolated a lot. EG have found him, targeted him, killed him every single time. He's been not really too efficient with the sniper rifle. I'm not saying he's not a good sniper rifle player.
Oh, he's great.
His hands, he can be great. But this series specifically, he's been borderline useless.
I mean, think about the very first round we saw in Arsenal, how it started out. EG went and swarmed Scraps. They knew he had the sniper, and they triple challenged him.
Yep.
You're forcing a hit an incredibly difficult shot. What happens there? Triple challenge him. You force a hit an incredibly difficult shot, which if you don't connect with the first, you're guaranteed to die. And even if he gets one, he's still gonna die. So you're basically nullifying a sniper when you approach the situation like that. So maybe someone needs to help Scraps out, or he needs to put it away or something, because EG, again, just been on point in search.
That nade was perfect from Attach. He didn't panic when he saw 3 or 4 FaZe players, and he's given his team the advantage first blood. Now it just comes down to, what can his teammates try and do? Well, nothing. Scraps puts the sniper rifle away, more aggressive. Will find a pick this round. FaZe with the advantage. 3 versus 2. They have bomb in hand. Find some Zenapathy to go big for EG.
Of course, those are some very loud players, so Phantoms knows for a fact exactly where at least one of those are. And, well, when you watch them cross, it helps out as well. They are fairly pinched in. Phantom is watching the cross back and forth. He knows one move towards bomb. Zuma, well, doesn't feel he can plant it yet. Napathy, well, had the pinch in. So they have all the information. They know where at least 2 players are. They know the third is in pipe. So Apathy thinks he can go for it. He makes the move, gets the kill on Zuma. He does fall. Phantoms can't trade the kills. Zero, well, he can pick up 2. And FaZe is able to find their 2nd round in the series.
Damn.
I mean, you know, you just lost 6-1. It's just the way it goes. It's early on in frequency,
It's
but
just the way you said it.
it sounds cool to say, yeah.
Well, Faze do win that round, and even if Phantoms had shut down 0, I think the trade was almost instantly going to come through. So really not much you could do in that one. But you're absolutely right. Faze, their first round in this map. Second overall. Can they try and tie things up? And I much preferred what we saw there from Faze. You know, Scraps with the Maddox just fly straight forward. Managed to find himself a pick as well. Seems a more aggressive Faze. Maybe the answer here to EG.
Yeah, looking for the nade kill, but nobody's home inside of you. So he finds nothing, and now the nade's gone. It's not what EG was waiting for. EG was waiting for a pick, but they'll be happy to know that they don't have to deal with the frag for the next minute or so. Bomb working over towards B. Scraps is switched away from the sniper, so now when the pressure comes, well, he has a good gun for the job. The nade on the other side is close, but no cigar. And now we just have a nade war, effectively, that, well, is only going to be good for hit markers, of course. Meanwhile, that bomb is towards A. Zero's here waiting for it. I think he feels the pressure is there. But he doesn't know. The player jumps right up. You got the ICR. You got to get away, and the bomb is down. EG, vaguely similar to what we saw in Arsenal. You bait the map, and you go for the bomb plant.
Sonic's ready and waiting for the push. The pre-fire is going to be enough. You should know now there's 2 just by the amount of people shooting. First blood in. It's a seam that drops. And there's another pick. Celium falls, and with 20 seconds left, the 3 remaining players from Faze have a lot of work to do. Jacob at least is able to trade himself out. And now the pressure's going to be just too much. EG 3-1 up.
Scraps just looking for any scraps, honestly, he could find towards the end, and he gets the second kill, but eventually gets shot in the back, so no bomb explosion. And I think the key man that map, or that round, excuse me, was probably Apathy. Apathy was a guy waiting mid-map, so it helps that you get the first blood and the bomb down, but once Celium tries to make a move, App just waiting in the wings, drops him, and then 0 map control as soon as Celium falls, and too many things for the Faze clan to have to worry about on the map.
Nice little showing there for his teammates. Scraps was able to pick up a couple of kills, but really not all that useful. Just stat padding, if nothing else. 3-1 now for EG. Faze on the attack. I don't want to get to the point where you're thinking, all right, well, Faze need to win this one now, but another round loss, and this is getting ugly. Could be heading back over towards 6-1 territory.
Yeah, honestly, in Search and Destroy, it seems like for the moment they're only playing at like 80% of their potential. Like, we've seen good things from them, definitely at times, but EG, again, they've just been picking them apart relentlessly. Now they're going to wait to see if Scraps can find a pick, but nobody's really peeking at all. Maybe a player mid-map in Apathy. Eventually, if he overpeaks, might get picked, but so far there's nothing for Faze.
I feel like this is a good lesson for them, though. And go back, watch the VOD, kind of learn how you can improve your search. Because to your point, EG picking them apart every round. Another first blood. This time it's Jacob and the nade. Zuma will trade it out, but he should surely fall. Apathy gives the man advantage back over to EG. Is okay. Scraps trying to do his best Dashi impression, apparently, as he makes his way over towards the site. Swing and a miss at A. Faze now with 20 seconds. They have to go to A. They cannot rotate this bomb out, and Phantoms knows it.
The question is, do you try to fly out and plant the bomb? You got 2 players looking to come through you. Scraps is here. The stun is enough to stop the hip fire. Exotic gets through, and well, the bomb gets down, but Exotic, the instant flank, and now you got Celium on a site in between everything. He's able to find Exotic and actually able to get away, and Asim's still here. Finally, they find Celium. Asim for the 1v2. This is doable, but you can already see what EG's plan is, so Asim, well, he's got to go fast. Might be here in time. Does the trade come in? He's got the SOG, but Phantom's able to chop him down.
That's so smart. That's just such good trust there. Phantom's basically saying, hop the bomb. I have your trade. Don't worry about anything else. If he comes behind Phantoms, bomb is defused, doesn't have enough time to get to the bomb. It goes balcony, it's an easy trade, and if he goes you, easy kill.
And that is one of the most search and destroy rounds we have seen, like, all year. From start to finish, you got a team playing for picks. The first kill comes in from a nade.
Yeah.
The next thing EG does, well, at least eventually down the line, is they use a stun. They're using all the utility properly. They're making big plays. You hop on the bomb to bait players out. You're getting all the trades. That's just efficient search and destroy.
Yeah.
And the same thing we saw in Arsenal. It's just really good search and destroy of your baiting out information the opponent, and they're doing it better to Faze than we've seen from many teams so far this year.
And because of that, the score is so inflated in favor of VG. 4-1 now, but you're absolutely right. I mean, the nade, the stun, they're just kind of classic bait at the very end of the round. As this one might be a little bit of a quicker round, I feel.
That's hysterical.
Yes.
Every single strategic round has gone the way of VG. Every single rounder is like, hey, meet me at you, gunfight on gunfight, mono-y-mono. And that is the, you know, the standard, let's say, in Faze. Well, they at least have the advantage in the round.
Still not over. Round's never over when Phantoms is alive, it seems. Search and destroy ability extremely high.
It's going to run out of ammo. They're both going to run out of ammo. You got a clip and a half for Phantoms. JCap's dead.
Yeah, so
Phantom's going to go kill himself. I would have to imagine.
Hey, let's do this Faze impression.
It's looking good so far. Got it to a T. Slide straight off the map. Get some style points on board.
Impressive. Good impersonation right there.
I mean, he learned from the best, it seems.
He's had enough times where he's seen it happen, that's for sure. It was a scene that, even with the hip fire, found the second. Round over. Faze staying alive here in the game 5. And this is a really important game for EG. Which kind of talked about where these teams are in terms of standings. They are fighting for that top 4.
Well, Faze, they're just going to potentially go back and face smash the A site.
Oh, absolutely.
It worked the first time. Yeah, why not? Happy as it. Hey, guys, they're here, all of them, so there's no one that has to sit around B. You can boot players with the trophy if you want. Doesn't really make a difference. And well, Faze, as quickly as they came towards A, they leave and attaches mid-map. And the question is, how quickly does EG realize that nobody's home? Seems like about as quickly as they need to. Attach instantly goes for the wrap back. No one even stayed to shoulder peek over towards that U and A site. So EG, they're just going back to play for information. Now Attach peeks out. Hey, everyone's here.
Oh, what a nade.
Perfectly placed.
What a nade.
Good search and destroy.
Now all of a sudden, EG should know. They have bombed down. There's still Exotic over on the other side, just waiting for maybe a late rotation. Unsure if maybe they fully know that bomb is down, but it's been picked up once again. Apathy will fall. JCap just thinking about maybe going for the peak. At this point, Exotic should be well on his way over towards the site. 15 seconds. Bomb should be good to go down. Now it just comes down to, can Faze stay alive and somehow defend the site?
Well, Scraps finds the big mid-map. He was that floating man, so that makes it so much easier for Faze. Now you got to flood through, but Scraps is mid waiting for him, and well, tagging players up, EG are just caught in between every single player for Faze. He got Zuma on the pinch, who finds the first. Does enough damage to force that player down, but Exotic, he's trapped in between 2 players, and he just can't find a kill. He's getting these players weak, but now it's just the shoulder peek game. Zuma goes for the challenge and gets the kill. Big plays from Zuma there. Probably did about 600 damage that round, if not more. And helps his team get that bomb down, so big plays coming in.
I'm surprised Exotic stayed over towards the other side as long as he did. They had the information. They knew Faze was still there. The jiggles were going through. Maybe a tad late, but besides that, just very well played by Faze. Even though the first blood came through from Attach, Faze make this game 5 an interesting one. No more 6-1 blowouts. Still advantage, though, to EG. 4-3. Zuma working on streaks as well.
And if you can find it, that'd be huge. Another potentially just map control-esque kind of setup from EG, just looking for a pick if they can find it. They've been doing very well with this type of setup so far on both maps and Faze. They are going on the attack potentially over towards the B side. Attaches here, and they're just trying to find Zuma's streak. Zuma's shot crosses his chest, but he doesn't fall. But there's the nade. It's been great so far, but they can't get a kill. But Faze tried to pour on the pressure, and they're forced to back down. This time, though, EG, they never move that bomb.
I was going to say, look at the minimap. Look at EG's positioning right now across the board. Faze with all control. They know there's nothing A, nothing B. Now it just comes down to, can you find a pick on the opening play? Information is there for Faze. They now know it is going to be a B push, but you still have to find that pick. It comes down to Scraps, and that is
the wrong side of the map. But luckily for him, he's got a Celium in his back pocket, because Celium finds 3. So you fall off the map for not. Now you got a Seam flying out. And granted, Celium falls, so maybe that just means EG can win the round, but a 2v1, and you go straight into Zuma for the streaks. If the actual search and destroy strategy has been the way of EG, the big plays have been on the side of Faze. Celium goes massive for the team.
The best part was, that's what you see him fall up there. Scraps' instant reaction was, oh no. and then it was, nice! As soon as he watched him get his teammate get like 3 kills. That was it's highly amusing to just hear the war cry come out from Scraps. But it's gonna be a tied up game and a massive advantage for Faze. Zuma with the streak.
I was going to say, use it. Just call the lightning, get clearance over towards B, just ping it, force the players back down, try to get the bomb down, plant it, and then win. Instead, they're going to be playing for picks, but maybe that's a delayed thing. You try to see where players are at, get a pick if you can find it, but now the lightning forces the players to back down, and B doesn't actually call it in, so attach can linger. But you imagine enough players from Faze are here that they're going to back him down, and actually you're just going to straight up call it in and see if he can find anything. He gets nothing, but he gets the bomb down for free, and now he can back away.
I'm so surprised he actually called that in. For me, just hold on to it. You have a teammate with full control of the site. Now you use it in post-plant where, hey, one's on bomb, call in lightning strike, you win the round. It's a free win condition. Is that going to maybe bite Faze in the butt? Still waiting for the first blood to come through. It does go in the way of Celium. Now a 3v3 as a quick couple of trades come through. Zero trying to pre-fire the bomb. Another streak comes in for Zuma, but he's fallen. 15 seconds left, and it's a 1v1.
Just play your time. Watch the cross, play your time. You got 11 seconds. If he hops it now, you check it 7. It doesn't matter. You win for free. Phantoms, well, he tried to make the play. Maybe try to look to see if you can find the pick, but you can't. Even if you call the lightning strike early, at the end of the day, you still put yourselves in a great position. You still get the bomb down, and you got 5 men alive, and it comes down to, well, you just have to waste 35 seconds on the clock and keep one guy alive, and that's exactly what happens in the end. That's another round for Faze in a row. This is 4 in a row now.
It is indeed. And now you have a Hellstorm too. Zuma was able to find one pick right at the very end throughout all of the trades. And now Faze looking to complete the reverse sweep. You asked at the start of the series who I had as my top 4. About 2 maps in, I was thinking, oh,
BG!
Did I make a mistake? Faze not letting that prediction down just yet. Still a couple more rounds potentially to play.
Stun comes out and finds nothing. The problem for EG is, like, what do? You know you got to deal with the Hellstorm, so everyone's kind of floating to where they can get inside cages if he calls it in. But even the positioning from Zuma all the way in the back of the map, that's the plan from the start. He knows the player's mid-map, Apti guaranteed to fall, and Jake Cat falls in the process. You got a 5v3 from Faze, and a scene, well, that's a free kill. This is all but over. Attach has got to go big, and he's done it before. So maybe there's hope when Attach is alive, and there he finds the second, able to get out with his life. No trades come in, and Phantoms has clearance over towards A.
Attach is going to die. He should be shot in the back.
Attach is going to kill everything. It's Attach. This is what he does.
Oh, zone nade. Oh, a little unfortunate. Phantoms did find the pick, but it's a 1v2. 20 seconds. Can you force around 11? Well, picking up the bomb would probably be a good start. And then making your way over towards the site would be the second priority, but with 10 seconds left, he's going to try and dedicate himself down to the kills. Not even going to get it. Scraps finds the pick. 5 rounds in a row for Faze Clan and Search and Destroy. EG were up 2-0. Faze with the reverse sweep. And the fist bumps, handshakes, celebrations from Faze.
Got a nice little celebration at the end. That's kind of cool to see. Zero trying to, I'm assuming, thought selling that would be my guess on the personality difference between the two. Either way, it looks good. And what more could you ask? We had high expectations for Faze, saying maybe they're in the conversation for like top 4 in the game, let's say. And then they go down 2-0. But then they show the resilience. They bounce back, reverse sweep. And they were even down, what, 4-1 in that search and destroy? Yep. They show the resilience, bounce back. Celium picking up huge kills, picked up a 3-piece while Scraps is falling off the map. Zoom is earning streaks to help them win the game. So what more could you ask for? Maybe just clutch up on the seaside. Very, very good good series overall from Faze, and you're absolutely right. You know, you clutch up on the seaside, it doesn't even go the distance to that game 5. You would want to close that one out more of a 3-1 fashion. Still, I think their Search and Destroy needs a little bit of work, because it seems like when teams are playing that slow, methodical play style, to be honest, they're just being outplayed. They're just being completely outclassed. But everything for myself and Chance for now. We'll send it over to Jess with Scraps with the PlayStation Instant Reaction.